how much is inflation really impacting renovation costs? And it's kind of fluctuated over the last several months. Inflation isn't having quite as much of an impact, a direct impact on renovation as much as supply and demand and all the other stuff of the materials and then just the overall market. Inflation's going up, which typically means all the other materials go up, everything just goes up. And if everything goes up, meaning the prices of property is going up and the prices of material goes up, then it's still kind of a wash. I mean, when you do a home renovation, it's going to cost more, but you're also going to make the property worth that much more. But we're kind of seeing fluctuations in the market where like lumber and other materials are finally starting to come down in price. We are starting to see home prices come down. So yes, we're seeing a lot of inflation and everything else seems to be getting really, really expensive. But in the housing market, there's getting a lower demand because the interest rates are so much higher that the buyer demand is starting to slow down a little bit, especially on the residential side, not as much on the multifamily side. But also the lumber prices and the material costs are starting to come down as well. And so you're kind of seeing the opposite here, where it's costing less to do renovations, but you might not get as much out of it in the end anyway. So that's something to really pay attention to. 6 months ago, it was really tough because prices of materials were actually really, really high. And then the prices of property was actually starting to come down a little bit. So you're kind of in a really tough choice. Which should I do any property renovations or should I just leave it be? And I would still say that my advice would still be the same. Fixing up properties, getting them into good condition. You want to be the most attractive property out there for all the buyers to choose from because we're not getting all the crazy bidding wars that we used to get. So you want to make sure that your property is really, really the best choice for people to pick from. That being said, I would only stick to the renovations that are needed to get your property to look good and not do over the top stuff, not be doing a whole lot of unnecessary add-ons and big structural changes to the property that aren't necessary. I would just do things that are fix what's broken and make sure if it's completely super outdated, maybe consider updating some of those things because that will boost your property's value, but only do things that are going to give you the biggest bang for your buck, not just every little thing to make sure that your property is absolutely perfect.